This week, I want to talk about something that I've noticed moving through the collective, and it's something super important to your spiritual journey and to feeling good in your life, and that is feeling your feelings. It sounds so simple, but you'd be surprised how many of us don't allow ourselves to fully feel our feelings and give ourselves that grace and compassion to really feel what's inside. So let's get into it. I'm Christina, and I'm a certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe, and I help people find their true love and live a life that's aligned with their hearts. So let's talk about feeling your feelings. So when you start on your twin flame journey, or your spiritual journey, your recovery journey, anything that is like helping you go from a state of, unconscious or stress to a state of peace, right? Whatever you want to call it. You, a lot of the times, will be going from a space of, not really being conscious of life, not really feeling your feelings, to a space where a lot of deep feelings begin coming up on, to be felt and processed. For a lot of people, this is uncomfortable because society doesn't really teach us how to do this. Society doesn't really teach us how to really be present with those uncomfortable feelings, how to properly address them. And learning how to do that is essential. And so let's just talk about what feelings are and what's really happening when you notice that you have a lot of feelings to be felt. So feelings they're essentially energy patterns, right? Your natural state, the way you were created, is to be at peace and aligned with love and in the flow, right? But when you are working through challenges, when you're working through a lot of changes, you might have a lot of feelings come up to the surface that feel like they kind of block your flow. And so feelings are quite simply, they're just energy patterns to move through. A trap that a lot of people seem to get into sometimes is judging themselves for the feelings that they feel. Feeling like you should feel a certain way, or feeling bad because you feel a certain way, or a particularly common one is you feel a certain feeling and you run away with it, rather than addressing it as quite simply an energy pattern that you're moving through. And so it's really important not to judge yourself for what you feel. It's really important to come at this with an open mind and allow yourself to quite simply just feel what's going on within without judging yourself or pressuring yourself to feel differently. One of my favorite quotes from my spiritual teachers, Jeff and Shaleia, is loving yourself means paying attention to yourself. So I'll say that again. Loving yourself means paying attention to yourself. This is from their Twin Flame Healing Meditations. I find that to be so true. Feelings are quite simply a part of you that is wanting your attention, wanting your love. And it is safe for you to give yourself that attention. It's really safe for you to show up for yourself in that space and just let yourself express however you need to show up for yourself. So when people start off on their twin flame journey, they're a lot of the times working through, like pretty large, outstanding upsets or challenges in their reality, right? So once you begin applying the work, applying the teachings of union, you start to improve your reality. Your reality gets better, and you might notice yourself attracting healthier relationships. You might notice the person that you feel attracted to you coming closer. And so these feelings, deep feelings, can begin to come up as you begin to feel more relaxed in your life. And that's because you finally have the space to work through these feelings. When you're in survival mode, you don't have time for that, right? If you think about, like, the fight or flight response, that's where a lot of people are sitting when they're living in survival mode. The fight or flight response, that's an evolutionary response. So say you're a caveman getting chased by a tiger. You don't have time to think about how you feel about this. You just have to run, right? And so that's the space that a lot of people who start their journey and begin applying the work, that's the space a lot of people find themselves in, because a lot of people in society exist that way, right? Like, that's just where a lot of us are sitting. And then as you start applying the work, you're no longer sitting in that emergency response mode, and you have this space to feel deeper feelings. So that's when deep feelings come up to be felt. And there can be a lot of pain in your feelings, but that pain is a call for love. That pain is not a sign to stop. That pain is not a sign to turn around and stop feeling it, right? Because the thing about feelings is they are energy patterns, and they're not going to go away if you don't address them, right? Feelings are meant to just be felt and processed. And when you fully process those feelings, that's when the clarity that you desire is going to come to you. So the peace that you're desiring is not going to come to you from avoiding your feelings. It's going to come to you on the other side of those uncomfortable feelings. Because guess what's going to happen when you sit with those uncomfortable feelings and let yourself just feel them with no judgment, no expectations, no pressure? What's going to happen is that energy is going to move and release, and it's going to go away. That uncomfortable feeling is going to give way to peace, right? Because that's your natural state. And so the most important thing that you can do is just allow yourself to fully feel those feelings with no judgment. So another piece that happens to a lot of people that I want to touch on is that feeling your feelings is not the same thing as thinking about your feelings. It's not the same thing as rationalizing your feelings. It doesn't matter why you feel a certain way. It really doesn't. You don't need to convince yourself that, oh, it's okay that I feel this way because, XYZ happened. It's okay that I'm mad at this person because what they did was really wrong. It doesn't matter. Just let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel those feelings, and don't worry about the story, because it's when you just give yourself that love and attention and allow yourself to process what you're really feeling, that's when things can move, and you'll be able to come to peace and clarity about the situation. So the story doesn't matter. And so thinking about your feelings, thinking about why you feel a certain way, there can be a lot of reasons that you feel a certain way. And some of them might be grounded in logic, some might not. And that's okay. Some of them might be grounded in logic and some might not. And that's okay. So don't worry about that. You'll know when you're properly feeling your feelings because you feel energy moving in your heart. Your feelings are not felt up in your mind. They're felt in your heart. They're felt in your body. So when you bring your energy down into your heart and focus there, your heart naturally knows how you're feeling, and you'll feel that awareness of like, oh, I'm feeling mad about this, or I'm feeling sad about this. And it's quite simply letting yourself feel it until you feel better. This is one of the biggest ways that you can love yourself. This is one of the biggest ways that you can actually bring forth changes in how you feel inside, is choosing to love yourself. And if you practice the mirror exercise, This is essential. This is essential for doing step 4 of the mirror exercise. If you don't know the mirror exercise, we've done videos on it in the past. Also, you can learn all about it in the book Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shaleia. So feeling your feelings is an essential part of resolving the upsets in your life. And it's an essential part of successfully completing the mirror exercise if you practice it. So I think that mostly concludes what I wanted to talk about. I'll end with this. Feeling your feelings helps you stay connected to yourself. It fosters communication with your true self, and it allows you to be aware of your life in an entirely different way. And so it's a great way to develop your intuition. It's a great way to attune yourself to the divine, because the divine communicates to you through your intuition. But if your intuition is clouded with a lot of unpleasant feelings, with a lot of fear, you might misinterpret what you're receiving. And so feeling your feelings helps you refine that sense of intuition and helps you build that deeper connection to yourself, which, lastly, most important, is super important towards healing communication blocks with your twin flame, with people in your life, right? Because when you're accurately showing up and not showing up behind a cloud of unprocessed feelings, you're able to really be present with the relationships in your life on an entirely different level. And that helps you manifest the life that you desire. So I think that wraps it up. So if you are interested in healing the relationships in your life, if you're interested in attracting your divine partner, coming into Harmonious Twin Flame Union, or simply, learning how to feel deeper peace in your life, I would love to help you. I do private coaching, group coaching, and I also do some readings. So I can definitely support you on your journey. So feel free to send me a message or check out our website, oneconnectedlove.com, and there you'll find a lot more information and a lot more ways that you can work with us. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video.